Cheers, everybody. Welcome to another beer review, and we're off to a local brewery to me based in Northallerton. We're off to Bayonet Brewing, and they have just brought out a tipper, triple IPA, and it is a can. We've got a can of their Final X, clocking at 10.5% ABV. Look at that. So I have to say, Bayonet Brewing, local brewery, going from strength to strength, doing really well, and it's really good to see, you know, shops stocking them and people enjoying their beer because the beer's been good. This I'm looking forward to because first of all, it's strong, and I like strong beers. Secondly, I've been I've done a couple of tippers lately, and I felt a little bit let down. And I'm hoping that this one from a local brewery to me will blow their socks off. Um, I just do. I just hope it's going to be as good, if not better. So, what can I say about this? What can we say about it? It says, for those who can't get enough of the good stuff, it's Final X. Not content with its predecessors, this tipper increases the punch, but will which packs that heavy dry hop of Citra Mosaic and Brew One that will leave you wanting more. This will be your final exercise. I'm sure it will be. I wouldn't like to exercise after this. Crikey, I can barely manage a single push up, let alone doing one after this. So let's crack it open like you do. This was acquired from the Bear and Bottle for all your beery needs. If you're in Coxo, if you're in County Durham, or wherever on the A1, go to the Bear and Bottle. So let's pour it out like you do. Look at that. Slight green hue to the pour, or green character to the pour, should I say. But reminds me of the putty I had the other week, as in the pour, because that had a green, not hue. Is it hue? Green colorization to the pour. So, just anyway, beer in a glass. Look at that. Very dense looking chicken stock colour, thin in head. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, there's a dankness there straight off. You can smell it. There is a lemonness there, and a hint of tropical there for me as well. Just there, but for me, the primarily it's dank. Definitely in that aroma. So I'm gonna go in. Cheers, everybody. My word. Where do we go with this one? In a nice way as well. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Well, I'm not surprised because the beers have been great. Bayonet beers have been great. I'm not surprised, but I think I'm surprised at how good it is. It's got a sweet edge to this beer. That for me, that sweet edge disguises for me the alcohol in the taste. I think when you have beers at this strength, I think for me, I'm not a brewer, but for me, you have to have some sort of way of disguising the strength of the alcohol, because there's now worse from a personal perspective. There's now worse having a strong beer and that alcohol presence destroys the rest of the flavours. You know, you get it in super lagers. You know, I call them super lagers. You know, the tran juice. When it comes to stuff like this, tippers, you need a pretty strong characteristic to hide um, the alcohol presence. So that's been pulled off here for sure. Now, the thing which is scary about this beer is how drinkable it is. Now, usually with a beer I've had of this style, if you don't pick up the alcohol in the flavour, you pick it up in the density of the beer. You feel the beer, the heaviness of the beer hitting your stomach. Okay, this that for me is kept at a minimal for this beer. You don't really pick up the density of it, the heaviness of it. I've had dippers with more density to them than this. I really have. Flavours. You get lemons, tropicalness there for me, orange, peach, stone fruit. On the back end, that sweetness carries that alcohol through for me. From the front end to the back end, it's paramount throughout the beer. It's not off-putting either. For me, I think is the sweetness coming from the different flavors, or it is. It's just there and it's doing its job. It's making the beer drinkable. It's making the beer very dangerous as well. The mouthfeel is smooth. It's not soft. It's not hard. It's just smooth, just right. So, would I buy this beer again? Yes, I definitely would. What do I think of this beer up against some of the big boys I've had? I'll be honest with you, and I'm not just saying this because it's a local brewery to me. I'm saying this because of the effort that's been put into the brewing of this beer, and I'm comparing it to others I've had. I would have that over the Verdant tipper, the putty. That for me is better. I've had, I don't know if you watched it yet, I don't think it's up yet. I've had the Overtone Begin tipper. I think I had that last week. I don't think it is good as that for me. I think the Overtone pips it for me. The Overtone for me is better than this. But this is definitely, for me, better value, for sure. More drinkable and more enjoyable than that putty up there. And that's that is my honest opinion. I think he's pulled off a great beer here. It's cracking. It really is. One more for the road. Is this the best Bayonet beer I've had? I did like their birthday New England IPA. It's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. So, boys and girls, if you haven't heard of Bayonet Brewing, check them out. Order some beer. Enjoy it. And I will highly recommend this to everybody I know. Bayonet Brewing's Final X Tipper, for me, it's a bloody good beer. He's done a bloody good job. And thank you very much for watching this beer review. Look after yourselves. I'm going to enjoy that now. And see you on my next one. Bib bib.